Hello and welcome to a new Let's Play Poorly of Astrox Imperium. This time we're going to be playing with the Experimental mod. This section right now, the music is by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio while we do the setup. So the Experimental mod is a completely new rebalance of the game. And we're going to go to Nexus Mods here and look up Experimental. It's a mod by Daring on the Nexus website or DragonSlayer on the Discord. As you can see here, there's a bunch of really cool features. 190 player ships, 170 NPC ships to choose from, 2 main paths between military or industrial, new weapon types, complete changes to the ship types, different, changes to the loot, new upgrade docks, mission reworks, profession reworks, a bunch of other changes. It is incompatible with pretty much every other mod out there, so if you're going to install this, your best option really is to start with a fresh install of Astrox. Even using the verify files may not clear out anything that you may have added in the past. So best to just do a complete reinstall if you've already done any kind of modding to the game. There is also a Skybox mod that he made available on the Discord channel that I'm not going to be using just yet because it does require Python and it adds a little bit of complexity in the setup, and I'd rather keep this nice and simple to start with, and then down the road we'll probably go ahead and add that in. All right, so first thing you're going to do to download this is you're going to come here to the files, and you're going to download these two, the all-in 1.2 and the update to 2.2.1. This is as of 10th of January 2024. It is now the end of January 2024 that I'm making this episode. So by the time you're watching this down the road, this may have changed, but for now this is what we're looking at. I'm also going to download the Professions Plus update, which adds 9 new professions to the game. This was created between the main mod and the update, but it doesn't affect anything that is in the update, so you can install these two here in either order. So once those are downloaded, we're going to come down here and take a look at what we have. We have the mod, the update, and the professions. Each of these is set up the way you need to install it. So it's pretty straightforward. And what we're going to do then, we're going to come over here to Astrox. We're going to browse to local files. And here we are. So we've got the data, we've got our mods. The Astrox Imperium data folder contains basically all the data for the game, and the mod folder contains all the items that can be modded by people. So this isn't actually mods themselves, this is just the stuff that can be modded. And what we need to do here is we need to make a copy of this folder and rename it Experimental. And then we're going to come over here and unzip. This is the installation graphic of like what you need to do here, but we can ignore that safely. We'll just go ahead and delete that. This mod config backup is essentially the backup file of the mod config file that's going to be dropped in place here. This tells the game to point to the experimental folder instead of the mod folder, whereas the original tells you to go to mod. So we're going to go ahead and copy these and paste them all in here. Replace whatever it asks us to replace. And now we should have an updated experimental folder, and we should have the 2 mod configs here. Delete that now. Now we're going to do the professions. And those are going to go in the experimental folder. Cut and paste. And then finally the update. And that's it. Pretty straightforward install. And now we can play the game. All right, here we are in Astrox, and the way to test whether or not the mod has worked is you go to a new sandbox, which is the only way you can play experimental. And you check the accessories. This is the fastest way to check. DragonSlayer removed a bunch of the accessories that he doesn't like visually, and so they are basically just nothing. Completely absent. A few of them remain, but most of them are gone. Therefore, if they are gone, then you know the mod's working. You can also check down here and see if you've got the professions added in, if these appear, but you may not necessarily know what those are when you're playing this for the first time. You may not have thought about it ever in the past, and so you may not recognize them. So the easiest way really to check that you got it right is to check these accessories. All right, so we're gonna start ourselves a new sandbox, and we're gonna call ourselves Arquebus eXperimental, and we're gonna find ourselves a nice little face. I'm gonna be that guy. He looks groovy. All right. Now I feel like we did a trade guy before, and maybe now we should do an outlaw. Yeah, living on the fringes of other communities, they survive on their own merit for almost anything and borrow the rest. We're gonna be an outlaw, but I think we should also maybe be a miner, because that'll be an easy way to make some money at the beginning. Because if you start with, like a bounty hunter or one of those combat guys, I will have a bit hard time. Now, if you recall, the mod does kind of slot you in between into two different kind of career paths: the industrial path and the military path. If we go with a miner, that does kind of slide us into industrial, and we don't really have access to all the best stuff in the military path. But that's probably okay. So we have a few other options here that are new, like bookworm and so on. Studying theory at university is one thing, putting it into practice is something completely different. I believe that's a new one, but we're going to go with miner. We're going to use a regular free play. We're going to start with... What do we want to start with? That's an excavator. Support, transport, recon. All right, what does our excavator give us? Mining strength bonus. Yeah, we're going to go with the ATC Fortune E. Again, the starting ships that are available are very different in experimental. We're going to go with 100 sectors. Kind of match what the base game has in the campaign. I think the campaign is 110. Go with a butterfly layout. We're going to have it show where the unexplored sectors are, but not actually have them revealed. We're going to keep warp drives off because that was fun before, but it was a little bit of a cheat. Keep everything else the same. Skybox, station, warp gates, all of this stuff is going to be as it was. We're not going to modify really anything. And then we're going to generate the galaxy. All right, here we go. I am really excited to try this out. The base game has been put together piecemeal over time because the dev isn't really doing a balanced pass through until he's pretty much done, because that would kind of be silly to really do that ahead of schedule. So what DragonSlayer has done has been to completely rebalance the game in a way that suits him, and also does kind of make things consistent in a way that I find really appealing. So a couple of things we want to do to make our stay in this universe a little bit nicer. I've gone ahead and moved my UI scale so that I have a little bit more, it's a little bit more visible because I am playing this in 4K. I've switched one of my hotkeys. I've switched the toggle, where is it? Toggle afterburner. Normally it's caps lock. I switched it to B. I don't like using caps lock as a key for anything because you can end up being in a weird state where your caps lock is turned on when you're out of the game, and then suddenly you're typing in caps. Well, okay, that's a first world problem certainly, but I don't like having that there where I have to pay attention to it. The other thing I'm going to do is, I believe I can do this here, where I can change the sky, this. I want to change this so that the colors are still the same. so that I'm not, it's not tactical mode, it's just the proper mode for me. I'm trying to remember now where I can do that. Let me see if I can find that. Ah, here we go. Yeah, so it's in the extras under the game options. And there's a few things I'm going to change here. I'm going to turn on instant skill training because while that I do really like that for most purposes, when I'm playing off of a recording, on the recording it does just make things a little bit duller to have that turned, have this off so that it takes time. It's cool. I like that game mechanic, but I mean, twiddling your thumbs while watching a video is not really the way to, you know, do that. Okay, we're going to remember the panel toggle state. And let's see, we're going to have it run in the background so I can do stuff like figuring out when my breaks are going to be without having the game pause. I'm going to turn on the tactical sensors override so that it doesn't change the color and textures. And then the other thing I want to do is turn off, where is that? I don't want to have the auto zoom to the galaxy map. Because I don't want to zoom out and then suddenly go pop to the galaxy map. I don't like that. And then I think there's one that lets you also not see the, yeah, there we go. No zoom in pilot view. We don't want the mouse wheel to zoom you into the pilot view. Don't want to do that because those are jarring. And down the road, it might be fun to have pilot view. But right now, there's no interface or there's no UI. No, there's no cockpit is really what I should be saying there. There's no cockpit. And so it's not really all that exciting yet, though I do have a feeling based on what Momo, the dev, has said in the past, that's probably going to come. All right, so here we are. That's the tactical mode we want. And it does not zoom out. Does not zoom all the way in. Okay, fantastic. So here we are. Let's figure out what we got. We got a station. We've got a warp gate there. All right. Oh, and we got some stuff over here. Defensive gun platform. And then we're going to find that we have some ore as well. Oh, that's junk parts. Oh, I was touching the wrong thing. I want to be touching that. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is go to Proctor's and then install our stuff so that we can actually go do things. All right, going to Proctor's. We got to give ourselves our food, our basic filter. Ooh, we have a salvage collector. Okay, that's handy. I didn't realize we had one of those. We have one ore harvester and one salvage collector, so we actually can do that junk part thing. All right, let's go ahead and put our life support in. And then we go to the garage and install the harvester and install the collector. Uh-oh, I don't have the ability to do that yet. I need level 2 of basic operation in that one, so we'll leave that till later. All right. All right, I was just checking to make sure all my keys were set right, and they are. Here we go. Let's go, let's do some mining. Modules are on. All of that's now with, I think, 144, maybe the one before that, where we now have a really good suite of hotkeys for a lot of the stuff that we'd normally have to have done down there. We don't have to worry about that anymore. You can see the textures on this ship tell us very, very cleanly that we're dealing with DragonSlayer's textures in the mod. And the ships themselves, I believe, are also his. But the textures themselves are fantastic. He's got really great textures. Oh, okay. First 100 Adamite ore mined, so we've got skill points and credits. And now our cargo bay is full. Alright, well, let's head back to Proctor's. Oh, well, yeah, we should check. We're not really at a stage now where we can be super efficient with our income. We don't know anything about anything. This is our galaxy here, a little butterfly galaxy. You know what? I heard voice. Com chatter. Let's raise that up a little bit. I barely heard it because it's very soft. So increase that. Maybe that'll help. Be able to hear that immersive stuff. All right, let's take a look at our market. So we have some Adamite ore here. It's considered valuable. Oh, ha! We got lucky. Look at that. All right. So, you know what, though? We don't want to sell it. We don't want to sell it. We want to put it in storage so that we can sell it all at once. That's what we want to do. Now, let's go ahead. Okay, so should I see about getting the salvage operation? It's a lot of skills here. We got 93 in this particular build, this particular station in the galaxy. Again, all of that is, I mean, that's generated by the sandbox. It's not specific to the mod. It's just how the sandbox is set up. It kind of generates, and we just got lucky here with 100 skills, nearly 100 skills. So we need salvage to level 2. There we go. And it's instant because we set it up that way. Now I can install the collector. No, wait. Basic operation. Basic operation skill. Oh, I misread that because I'm a dum-dum. I have to train to level 2. I had to train. I wasn't even level 1 yet. So now we're going to train. Now we're level 2. All right. There we go. I know what I'm doing. There it is. Now we've got that. Let's head back out. Don't have a lot of cargo space. That is, that's going to be a crimp in our style for a little while. Oh, fuck. Afterburner's still on. I mean, it wouldn't be an Arquebus run if I didn't keep bumping into things. There we go. We can hold a little bit more because we actually got the salvager installed now. You know, we might actually be... Well, we're currently losing money because we haven't sold any of this. The real question is how much would we get with just this? We'd be getting... Oh, let's disable that. 1,700. Okay, so we're not bleeding money by doing this. All right, but sometimes just doing that is boring. So let's go ahead and check out this junk part over here. Wow, I don't really turn on a dime, do I? Guess I don't really need to have this sucker turned on, right? The ore harvester ain't doing anything. There we go. All right, so we got 48 junk parts. Let's see what we can make from that. All right, so that audio is still not great. I'm still not hearing the docking request granted voice very loudly. That's all right. Junk parts. What do we make? 359. Well, that's kind of shit. Oh, that's why. Yeah, they're demanding the ore. That's what they have no interest in the junk parts, really. Let's actually just do a search for that. That's simpler. 50% markup. Yeah. No good. No good. Well, no, hang on. What? Why was that number? I thought that number was different. Am I not? Am I seeing things? Yeah, what the heck is that about? I get 359 this way. Oh, that's for buying. Oh, I had the wrong thing selected. Ah, okay, yeah, see, that's the... Okay, yeah, I know what I'm doing. It's not good, not good. So let's, yeah, let's just sell it. Because... Or no, stick it in there. And I'm going to do a couple of runs back and forth at the Adamite and get enough of a stock that we can make a little bit of money that's worth doing. I actually hit level 2 just on my first run out, so... Maybe we'll go back and see what we can do in the university.
Request accepted.
We got 22 skill points now. Our money is dropping, but, all right. Let's see. Armor, beam, drone, escort, fab, fleet, laser, launcher. We're pretty high on the minor stuff because that's how that was our starting condition. Minor focal range increases the range. Minor focal range increases the range of the shooting of the mine, but that doesn't really matter. We're not really going to be using that, I don't think. Harvest calibration. Advance on Michael. Well, the skill will provide excavators with specialized training that centers around the focal damage output, so it increases the harvest by 10%. Okay. But I don't think we can do that yet, right? We need to get a minor advanced level. Oh, we are level 4. Okay. Well, we could do that. That would take up 10. Yeah, let's do that. Done. And then let's take a look. We currently have the basic energy generator, which I feel like we don't really need just yet. So let's take that out. And nope, not there. There we go. Let's see if we can find some cargo expansion. A lot of these are really expensive. Dang. Okay. None of them we can afford. Poop sticks. Okay, well, I guess we're putting that sucker back on again. I'm running low, running low. All right, so we're going to do one last run here. I've done a couple of runs back and forth. You can see that we've gone up by 10% on each harvest. It doesn't give us more cargo space, but it does mean that it takes less time to harvest, to mine out what we're mining out. Let's go at high speed. All right, back to Proctor's. All right, so we're at about 1680. Okay, 1682. So let's go ahead and sell. We make 6K out of that. 6.5K. It's kind of shit, but all right. We are still very tiny, so it's not like we should expect anything different. All right, we've sold everything. We're now at 22K. I feel like we should probably explore. This is an outlaw sector like us. Wonder what the next one is. We know that Proctor's likes getting ore, but maybe if we can get something better than Adamite, we'll do a better job. Boom. All right. What do we got out here? Ooh, not much. We don't have any stations. Got some rocks. What are these guys? Also Adamite. I don't think... Yeah, we're not going to really do any better than that. What are you? Ah, more Adamite ore. Yep, that's pretty much what we've got here. Yeah, okay. 9.8 unclaimed. Okay. That's good to know. Let's head on to the next one. Wow, that's a fun spot to put the warp gate. Inside this big, enormous structure. Fucking love that. That's great. Ah, this is so epic. That. Aha, there's a station. Okay, what have we got? We got that. Obviously have to look at that. I think that's another outlaw pirate type. Mazu Starship. And that's a law guy. Don't like him. Some more Adamite. Ugh. I'm guessing that's what all of this is. Yeah. Alright, well that's fine. Let's go to Mazu Starship. Just kind of check out the environs. And then we'll end the episode here. When we come back, I think I'm probably going to have to do a lot more mining just to get myself some of that money back that we spent on all of our stuff. And right now, the best option really is to mine Adamite in the other sector and sell it to the station. But I gotta do a whole lot of bulk collection before I really do it, because I don't want it to depress the price that much. And these guys don't even have a market. Okay, great. We do have missions available now, so that might also be an opportunity for us. We can make a bit of money with that. I like that. So yeah, maybe that'll be our task next time. But for now, thanks for watching. See you next time.